So I have been informed by the surgeon that I will need an operation on my shoulder. I can't do anything right now. I'm out of action totally. Could be a up to 6 month recovery. It'll be at least 6 weeks in a sling post-surgery, where I won't be able to drive or move or do much at all, except for talk probably. And it's all about rehab after that and building up my muscles again in the shoulder once the recovery's done there. So Iefke's going to take over under my guidance and build our boat.
Yeah, so then I always joked beforehand that, because people usually assume that Matt's the one with all the muscle power, and I always joked Matt's the brain and I'm the muscle, but now we actually are going to work like that. So Matt will be my brain, and my brain will come in handy too, but I'll be mostly the muscle. I'm going to finish the planking.
You're going to finish the diagonal planking. We've got about 2/3 of the way up the boat, starboard to go, and then Iefke and Senna, our friend, are going to rove the beam shelf, fasten that, and then we're going to progressively, Iefke's going to move towards putting the deck on to stop the possums getting below and ruining all our progress so far. So that's the loose plan for the next couple of months, is to get planking done, rove beam shelf, fit the last deck beams and knees and all the items there, and get the deck on. In between, we're hoping to get some varnish on a Skylight that we've made that's unfortunately copping a lot of dust and dirt right now that really needs to be protected and covered up before we have to go back to square one again with that.
It's been a bit of a strange period in our build since we had the Australian Winter Boat Festival, which came hand in hand with a pretty big deadline at our job to put a boat in the water. So we've been working full time.
You've been working full time.
I've been working full time on that job, and that one is now in the water, which is really cool. So not so much work anymore at work, and we're going to change our focus back to our boat. For me in labour, and for Matt in...
Not much at all.
Mental support and brain power. Yeah, so we'll try and see how far we get.
No, we'll just push on. So our plan over the next few months while I'm out of action is Iefke's going to call in a few favours from friends, and they're going to come in and help her finish the planking on starboard side, the diagonal planking, and rove the beam shelf, and then we're working towards getting the deck on to cover up what the possums have been ruining, all our good work. Roving will take a while by hand with copper nails, and the planking also will take a little bit of a push, but I reckon in a week, 1 or 2 weeks, it should be all on.
With our friend Senna, who's going to help me rove, and then Ewan is our other mate who's going to help me plank the boat, so hopefully you guys will see them on video.
We'll get a bit of action going around the shed even though I'm out. I can do some research.
Yeah, you'll be doing all the thinking. We have received our brand new engine, which is super exciting, and we will try and see if we can at least test fit it, lift it in, but we'll need some serious muscle for that too, so we'll wait until our mates are here and we'll lift it in.
Yeah, I've got the plan. I've got the brain side of that off. We've got the forklift. We'll be able to fork it up above deck with the forklift and then run a tackle from the roof down to drop it into the boat. The only problem is we have to finish the last section of the deadwood, the keel back there, laminate and bolt that on before the engine goes above the bolts and you can't access them. And that includes also painting the whole engine bay there. But we do have a beautiful new red engine.
We've got a red hot engine.
The better is our beta. Better.
Better.
I think it's a beta. Depends which part of the world you're from. Is a 60 horsepower naturally aspirated engine, no turbo, no trouble. That's enough horsepower to push our 16-tonne vessel around fine. It's based on a Kubota block, which are pretty well known It's low tech, I guess you'd say. There's not many computers involved in these engines. We sort of wanted a simple stock marine diesel engine. And there is also, from talking to the salesmen over at Better Sydney, there is an option one day, hopefully, to have the hybrid plug and play. So if we leave enough room after the engine, we could lift this hybrid system in, get more batteries, run more systems obviously, but then you could have the hybrid propulsion, which would be, I think would come in handy in some waterways where diesel engines are becoming frowned upon or just not allowed in there.
And it would be so cool, such a dream to have a hybrid system that we can plug into our engine, but they're talking 5 years, which is good because we'll need to figure that out. But the nice thing about the part of the stage of the build that we're in is that we can now allow more room aft of our engine when we're putting it in to hopefully within that 5-year time see if we can mount a hybrid system. At least we can keep the room there for future technology to improve and to help us propel along.
Yeah, well that's right. And a lot of you have probably seen Tally Ho and the project he's doing there.
We're a bit jealous.
We're very jealous of that, but he's doing a remarkable job. And what he has sort of opened up for the world with his advertisement or showcase through that, the video on those engines is amazing, and I think it's getting the ball rolling to think a bit differently on boats and to try and facilitate a different form of propulsion. Obviously we've got sail, so we're already very green, but if we can reduce the diesel consumption, then we're kicking goals really. But we're just going to wait a while with that one, I think, until we have the cash to facilitate it. For now, buying the engine was the single largest expense we've had so far in our boat. That took a bit of saving. We scraped through, and now hopefully we can get it in there, maybe. Well, Iefke will hopefully get it in there while I'm watching.
Yeah, you guys will be watching with Matt.
Yeah, we'll be watching together. It's all you, girl. Doesn't matter. Really. And sort of just lay it down and then so this is our skylight for the main cabin area where we sleep down below. I made this winter last year, I think, and we sort of ran out of time to get any varnish or get it covered up, and it started to move a bit in the heat between summer and winter. I think it's time to get it covered up. Basically 3 hinges, it'll let plenty of light in. We have the 4 windows here. We'll have the bars over them to protect. These wings will obviously lift up, but also at the front, the hatch, the whole thing will come up off a rebate. And then we can really get really good airflow into the boat when we're in the hotter climates. So there'll be hinges on the back there and a handle, a bronze handle we've got to wind it up. So we can open these and the flaps to create maximum airflow when we need. and be able to sort of bolt that down when we're going through rougher weather. This is all celery top, which is a Tasmanian species. It's beautiful timber, durable, and this is very clean grained, nice stuff. So our project now is to get this, Iefke's going to sand this up, make it look beautiful, and then she'll start applying varnish. The hatch won't be fastened to the deck yet. This lower part will be painted and glass to the deck. So first we get the deck down, fasten the lower bit down through the deck beams with bolts, and then do a little coving here to create a roll for the glass, and then it will be quite strong, very strong once it's in. But for now this was mostly just a victory job. Just wanted something to do that made the boat look good while we look at it, really. Just got to do those little jobs when you're plugging away alone. Have a victory job every now and then. So I think it'll look specky once it's varnished up. Get the glass made. We're still in doubt of how thick to do the glass, but I think we'll start with a 6mm rebate, and then we can always go deeper if we want to go up to 10mm or more, depending on what type of glass or perspex we're going to use for the hatch. Yeah. So for now we'll just get her covered up and looking pretty and leave her up here to stare at till we get the deck on. varnish booth with a beautiful combi backdrop. We're going down the road of varnish on the exterior of Tarkine, and we have to pick a varnish, a product that we'll use for the whole boat, obviously. And there's quite a few products out there and a lot of different opinions on it. We'd love to hear your opinion, so please comment and let us know what you think. But so far we're tossing up Le Tonkin oil, more natural tung oil, linseed based, which from initial first coat, I noticed it really impregnates the wood well and soaks in, which is quite important, we think, for this type of wood to keep it stable, is to let it soak in more. We've got the all wood, which also all grip all wood, which is quite common as well. A lot of people know it. It's labour intensive, and you have to wear a mask the whole time because it stinks, which is definitely a negative for us. So Le Tonkin wire, all wood, and the other one we were thinking about is EP11, which I've lost the container of, but hopefully it'll turn up, and maybe we'll give that a go too. That's another type of varnish. I mean, there's so many varnishes out there that we just don't know where to go. So we're doing a little test bit. This is with the stain from the all wood, the primer. This is straight Le Tonkin wire. It's had a sand already on the top here. And you can feel it's a bit gummier, like it's a bit more flexible, which for most people you get worried about that it could, you know, get chafed and rub off. Here it's still very soft, but I feel like something that's more flexible and soaks in would be better. This is all obviously in preparation for our Skylight, which is the first thing we'll varnish on the exterior of Tarkine. So it's quite a big thing, and we need to make a decision on which way we're going to go with this whole varnish thing. So we'll do a few test bits, we'll do some research, and then yeah, if you guys have any opinions, then let us know, because we'd be happy to hear.